And I am back again. My hair's kind of a mess. I just stopped to get gas and the wind's been blowing. When it gets this long, it is more easy to go full Albert Einstein than it is not. This is not going to be one of my usual rants, even though I have plenty to rant about, such as changes to inheriting 401k laws, where you have 10 years to cash it in. And it's a way for them to tax you more, or a whole host of things I could talk about. But instead, New Year's. It's December 31st. And my goals are as follows. I'm going to try to be more positive. And I'm going to try to remove some of the toxic people in my life, because dear Lord knows I've got plenty of them. And I'm going to try to make 2020 a better year and get the new decade off to a better start. I have several goals I want to obtain. I have I'm wanting to be able to fund one large project, because I have several I've not been able to fund up to this point. So I'm hoping I'll be able to take care of that. I would really love... So this is the first year I've managed to get a job in a pay range making more than 30 grand. This coming year I would love to push it to break 40. Yeah, I haven't been on the job 6 months yet, and I'm already looking at finding something better, preferably closer to home. And I have a few musical instruments I'd love to pick up. I've narrowed it down to 3 I'd love to have. 2 I actually have a shot I could possibly get. One's a Timberline harp guitar, and the other one is a Deering John Hartford model banjo 24 fret Granadillo tone ring. Oh, I love that thing. I'd love to get my hands on one of those. The third one, and least likely to get, a square grand piano, but it'll probably take me a good while to get that. The thing is, these are, I wouldn't say they're resolutions, they're goals I would like to achieve. The most important thing is, when you're setting a resolution or goal, is to try to make it obtainable. I can make changes to myself to improve my physical health and ultimately my mental health, because that can affect your physical health. Mental health can affect your physical health, and it can help me cut back on some of my overeating and just try, what you call stress eating and everything else. So I can make that change. I can't do anything about the toxic people in my life to better their life. I can, however, choose if I want to have those toxic individuals in my life. And I have been taking steps to kind of distance myself from them, because, if you think I'm negative, I know people who make me look like a cheery little ray of sunshine, coming off as a solar flare to incinerate anyone or anything that gets too close. And I really do come across as a cheery ray of sunshine compared to some of them. So I am going to try to make these changes. And that is easily obtainable. The job, I'm going to try to, and I know they're out there, and if the job market don't crap out, my goal is to last at the job I'm at right now 6 months. And the reason I'm not wanting to stick around longer is, I know me. If I stay longer than 6 months, I'm going to start to become complacent. And I'm not going to challenge myself. I'm not going to push myself. And I'll just be stuck in a seemingly dead-end job for a few years. And I don't want to do that again. Especially when it's a job I'm not horrible at, but I also don't have any passion for. And that's another important thing toward my overall mental health, is I want to find a job not just that pays me what I would like to be making at this point in my life. I want to find something I'm actually passionate about. I would love to get into like a construction inspection type job, or even utility inspections. I don't know if that's obtainable at this point because I don't have a lot of the certifications I would need. Although I do have a background in construction work, I don't have those certifications, and that would be a major detractor for me being able to pull off that particular field. But I know there's other jobs I can handle. I do have the abilities, and by gosh, by golly, I'm going to give it a crack and see what happens. And the thing is, if I can get this job making that kind of money, then I would have the money that I can pursue those new areas I'm wanting to pursue. Also, I have to have money to pursue some of my side interests of trying to figure out how to weld and do some blacksmithing, woodworking, and stuff like that. So that's at least my ramble. I wouldn't call it a rant. As far as my resolutions go, and like I said, I'm just trying to keep it realistic at this point. I think I can pull this off. It can seem kind of daunting when you're at the base looking down, but the potential is there to pull a lot of it off. I don't know if I have an idea of which project I would love to be able to tackle. I don't know how well I will be able to pull it off, or I don't know how I will be able to pull it off. It's daunting, to say the least, but I'm going to try to find a way to do it. And that's how you've got to do it. You've got to set, in all aspects of life, not just when you're looking at the front of the year, find you some goals, set them, and try to find a way to develop a system to get to it, to whittle it down to make it obtainable. With the job, rest assured I'm going to have my resume custom tailored. And even though the 6-month mark will come up in March, I'm already looking. I'll have 3 months. Let's see, I started in first part of September. So that's 3 months I can set aside to just getting a feel of what's out there and see which direction I want to go. I think I'll be able to pull it off as long as I can stay disciplined, which is another part of setting up a good system. You have to come up with one and be disciplined to stick with it. That's my goal. My goals for the year. And I'm encouraging you to do the same. Set you some realistic goals. A few things you can do to better yourself in the coming year and set yourself to be in a better position. And start working on a plan. I'm at the house. I'm done. I got to leave about an hour early from work. So, woohoo. Later.